Well, this is it, guys. Demolding day is tomorrow. So first thing off today's list, I've got a heap of things I've got to do today. I've got to get that front screen down. I've just got half of it down. Well, that job's done. I didn't film it because it was a little bit hard on my own, but yeah, I've got the front down, and you can see here I've actually peeled back the cloth here, the roof of the tent, peeled it back. And the big issue I've got is, I'll get down the side here and I'll show you what I mean, is that I've got to get the side of the boat here past this first post. So this is the offending article here. I'm going to remove this post and these two hoops, this one here and this one here, up to these screws here, which is high enough for that to get out. So I've got a good metre and a bit here, which is about 3.5 feet of room, but I have to get past this post. I think I'll pull it out about 1 metre and then start to turn it, and as it turns we should be able to manoeuvre it out, hopefully without too much trouble. Alright, we've just done a bit of a test lift, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lifts. We've got perfect engagement in here, and I welded in these little brackets here which are actually holding onto this bridge here, and they're acting as a stopper to stop the whole thing going forward. And then under here, this one here was the critical one, I thought was at the middle of the bridge deck. This one's now engaged into this, what I'd call a lintel. And then this one here is pushing up under an I-beam. I'm thinking a chock of wood there too, John. In between these two I-beams. I've got a bit of pressure on at the moment, but the truck's dropped about 5 centimetres, so that's pretty normal. And then these ones here are just like, well, it looks like bits of plywood. So they're going to need a block of wood in between each to stop them from crushing, and just give it a little bit more surface area. But yeah, that's actually mean, eh?
It's all right.
I've got to go move a house with this rig, I'm hoping anyway. We haven't got there yet, have we, mate? I've got to weld another prop on. I've got my acro, so I've got acro props in between the bridges here to stop any chance of it going like that. So that's all braced. So it's essentially a box. If you look at the frame, across, down, back across, trying to lift 3 big boxes, and then the end, up on the bow, which is probably about the heaviest point of the boat at the moment, is it's sort of free swimming. But anyway, that's just how it's going to have to be. Yeah. Looks like I'll do a bit of welding. I've got to do one more little mount up here.
You have to get someone to do the welding.
Well, imagine the cost.
Oh yeah.
If you weren't prepared to pick up a welder and learn how to weld.
Oh, they'd be charging us 60, 70 an hour, mate.
Oh yeah, this truck could be worth 20 grand.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so we're in a good place here. We tried a little bit of a gentle lift, but we don't change too much. We did hear a little bit of release though, didn't we, John?
Heard a crack.
We heard a crack. We heard a nice little crack. We've got to lift this one up here at the front because the jack's a little bit longer than all the other. There's 4 different jacks. Now, I'm not one to disappoint you, lads, but these pneumatic jacks that I purchased, it was decided at about this point that it wouldn't be worthwhile hooking them up with airlines. It was much easier just to use them manually. In fact, I ran out of time, but having said that, I would have liked the air operation, but I think we had better incremental control just by hand jacking. It's something I may do in the future if I ever get the time, but you know, better off to career ahead with the project and keep the momentum going as we were here. So we did a number of these test lifts, getting it up out of the ground, and kept moving forward. They've definitely got lift. Look at this. Yes. We're up, John. It's up. Come and have a look. Come down and have a look at this. There we go. We've got a couple of inches of height here. Yep, we're out of the ground, mate. It is brilliant. Oh, the tyres are flat.
No.
Yeah, this one on the outside is flat as. I'm running on 4 tyres.
Oh, that's... Ooh.
That's all right. So yeah, we've got plenty of support under here. I'm going to put some wood in there. We're engaged in here. We're engaged into this one here.
She's off the ground.
Oh, it's up. Look at it, 3 or 4 inches up.
Wow.
So we're going to lower it down just about, oh, I don't know, probably only half an inch, John. Right? We'll stop there, we'll do the front ones now. So we'll lower these ones. We've got to do it all by hand, that's the problem.
Ah, yes.
See what I mean?
Yes.
Well, we'll bring it down in one piece rather than just sort of drop one end at a time.
Well, 4 people.
Yeah. Ready?
Yeah.
Hang on, we'll just watch it over here. I want to watch it against this wall here, right? Hey! How good is that? Hey, that's a nice little release. Right, we're going to do the front again. Probably just about halfway. But slowly. That'll do. Right, and then lower the front again. Right, and then we'll let these 2 down really gently. That proves we can do it. We just need 4 people. Just do it a half turn and then lock it.
You're down, look.
I am too.
Must be me.
With the truck coming up. There we go. Yes. Oh, it works, John. The crane driver was here yesterday, Derek. We've had a good discussion about all of our plans. He said, I think you got a plan. And he was really happy to hear that I had a plan, because often crane drivers will show up and the plan hasn't been formulated. It's just a, here we go. So my plan is sound, provided I can get this out. So by tomorrow afternoon, I want to have this out. And then Saturday morning, 7 a.m, it's all on here. We're going to be trying to get a demold, and I've had so much release up there, starting to put water in it, starting to air pressure, done all that this afternoon. I'm going to come in and have a real go at getting some serious release. I've had an amazing amount of cracking and releasing going on here over the last few days while I've been lifting it up and down. Before I laid up the hull, I drilled about 10 holes, 5 on the inside of around the inside here and about 5 on the outside. So I've just given it a bit of a blast, and man, I've got some serious release. So this hole here, I'll just show you here. It's pretty hard to see because we're in the dark here. There's a tiny little pinhole here, and I facilitated this before I laid the hull up, but that is in between the hull and the deck. Sorry, the hull and the mould. But see down here, I can actually fit my finger in there. So that's the hull. It is a wide hole, it's just that's a patch I put there to spray gel coat, but there's 5 millimeters of gap there, so that's already clear, doesn't it, mate? Look,
Looks good.
And if I stick this in here, up here, and I'll press it, there's heaps of air flowing through there, so that means that this is released. So we're going to work our way around through these holes. Oh, there's air coming out of the hole. I like it. That's good, so we'll keep going, we'll find another one. Oh, there's another one here. Let's have a look at this one. That one? No, there's one here. I remember drilling these holes, which is a good thing. Let's see if we get some release here. See that? That crack is the release. Now, John and I have been lifting it up and down over the last couple of days, and I've had a lot of release. So very, very positive to hear that. There's another one up here. Got another one here somewhere. You see a hole somewhere, buddy? Oh, there's a hole. Let's have a look. We're up in the bow here. Let's do this. Oi! Oh! Did you hear that, John? Oh, did you hear that?
That was a big noise.
So that just shows you that you can't just get a crane in. There's a lot of forces, so the more release points we can get, the better. And we're going to use water a bit later. And it might take a rubber mallet as well. Alright. This here was 5 screws that were holding in a template for a hatch. So, who knows? There's air flowing out of them, so that means that's loose. That's a good sign, because that was one thing I was worried might have stuck. I don't think that's the hole, no, it wasn't. Ah, air coming out, so there's air moving everywhere. Just pop up here for a sec. up here on the back of the sugar step. What I've done deliberately, I've kept this really thin. This is only about 4 layers of glass here, and that means it's sort of sacrificial because I intend to extend this out. But just zoom over the top here and have a look at this. Have a look how flexible this is. You ready? Look at that. You can't have enough release. Just let my compressor top up. You see here, 5 mil. It's 5 mil difference there. I get my finger all the way around that, so. Oh yeah, do you hear that? Ready? Righto, this will be an interesting one if this one works. You ready? Have a listen. Yeah, pouring out of this. And I'm sure I've got some on the outside as well. That sounds good, didn't it?
Over here. Unless you mark them.
Oh, hang on. Here it is. You ready? That's flowing out all the way away. That's coming out the top. That's good. That means it's released all the way up there. Alright, how about this one? One here. Oh. It's coming out the top. That is a good sign, mate. Oh, it's not long enough. Oh yeah, here we go. Here we go. It's the really seen shit corner. Ready? That's pouring out everywhere. Next job, the drawbar. I've worked out I need at least a 4.5 metre long drawbar. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this at 5 metres, so 50 centimetres too long any longer, and I may not get this out the gate. Johnny just made the point he likes to see lots of action and less talk. So fair enough. Lift it off, mate. We just cut this piece off. See? There you go. There's a bit of action.
What a job.
We had to flatten that so that this module will fit back in. So sorry we didn't film it. Not. Right, we're going to put this monster module back in here and then I'm going to block it in so it won't move during.
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's not matter up there.
Okay.
Now, take this one.
Ruby.
All right, grab him, John. Oh, hang on.
You got to get up. Right, now just be careful of yourself.
Yeah, right, just hold him there.
Righto. You ready?
That's solid. That is solid. Yeah, that integrates in with that module. Beautiful. How's that module? Is it perfect? Give it a bit of a push.
Looks good.
Oh, mate, that's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, spot on. Yeah, yeah. Once we flatten that out, oh, right on. Righto, we're enclosed now. That's it. Beautiful.
Stick it on your white there on the right.
Yeah, no, it sort of needs to be up here. It just needs to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Hang on.
And over a bit. We've got all this area. See this? You want it over that way a bit more? Yeah, there you go.
Alright.
Because you'll be getting in there somewhere. That's the front of the boat, yeah.
Don't go over that edge.
No.
Where are you?
So you want to go straight back
Just
up?
lift it up and just bring it over.
Hang on, I'm going to walk over a bulkhead.
Yeah, just don't push me.
One done.
I'll just sit there. Let me get this here. Shit, that's not very good. Hang on, right, so what I'll do, John, I'm just going to go one more, another 1.5 foot. I'll sit down there.
You tell me when.
Sit there, stop there. Right. Come to me again.
I'm over a bulkhead. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
There we go.
Good. Okay.
I'm against the wall now, so
Righto.
just walk to me,
Yes.
stand it up.
Yes. How much?
Hang on, I'm stuck where I am.
How's that?
You just hold it there, you got it?
Yeah, can you get out?
I'll give it up to you. 10-foot drop here.
Maybe I should stand there.
You get over there, or don't keep that box. Right, hang on, let me get in here. No, it's okay. It's okay. If it falls down on the bulkhead, it's better. Alright, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'll see what I mean? I'm going to come way over.
Yeah, now I'm in position.
Okay, you can slide.
What we're going to do is get it across the front of the bottom.
Righto.
How far are we?
Mate, inch. 2 inches.
It's got to go
Now
in arse first.
we're on
It's
it
got to go in
now.
arse first.
Righto. So I'll push up. Will I?
Yeah, just let me get here.
Righto.
You push up. And hang on. Oh, I'll get you.
Kick the bottom in, yeah.
Room.
Look at that. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that won't matter.
Look how it's sitting. Look at that. That's nice.
Yeah, well, remember we cut it for that.
See where it is?
Yeah, cool. I can cut that door out.
Just cut out a couple of holes.
Yeah, if I can cut the door out and I'll be able to walk in there and do work in there.
True.
Okay, so that's now in place. That's disgustingly filthy in there. Alright, everything else is in place. Anything that's not, it's a large centre bulkhead. Right, you guys haven't seen this. This is the $500 piece of marine ply. Let's have a look at this up close. It's the highest quality marine ply I could buy. It's Australian made. It is absolutely freaking heavy as hell, and I wish I didn't have to use it, but I do. The specs call for a 25mm high quality marine ply center bulkhead. Now, it's actually not in the center. It's 20 centimeters off center because my main suite is larger than my port side cabin. So the starboard suite is slightly larger. It's 20 centimeters longer than my port one. So it's going to go in place. I've already cut this one to fit. And what we're going to do, we're just going to block it in. It's not going to be secured for the crane lift. It's actually going to be blocked in with 4x2s, just so that I can remove it, get it laminated later. I just want access right across this bridge deck here. I was just listening to Johnny talking to his wife. Talks in another language. I think she might find it a bit sexy. Neither of us speak any other language, but when he talks in French, or I think he's Italian, French, Portuguese, God knows, does quite sound sexy. Oh God, the way he talks to his wife in another language just cracks me up. Look at that, mate, that is him.
Kick it over.
Not even a gap underneath it, eh? You know what I did with that? I used a scribe.
Yes, a bit of wood.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to get anything.
That is just perfect. So, I'm putting a couple of 4x2 blocks here because we're going to block this bulkhead in place. Yeah, go good, John.
Okay?
Yep. next job, we've got to drop this bathroom down into a sleeve. We're just going to leave it in there. I'll probably put a rope over the top of it, but Johnny and I are going to have a go at it. I'm using this jack.
Have a go with right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Righto, John.
Alright.
Are you in or not?
Yes, hang on.
Hang on. Oh, you know what I haven't done? I put the piece of wood up under it.
Where?
Up under there.
No, I don't want that. Oh,
Hang on.
don't matter if I break it anymore.
Let's break it a bit.
Alright. You're down, you're going to slide in. Slide.
Yeah, I got it. It's okay. I got it. We're lowering it. That's it. That's how we designed it to do it.
I just got that one.
No, that's getting cut off anyway. Where is it? Oh, that gets cut off.
Does it? It's hard on.
Three. Beautiful. For that, John. Oh, it's the mass clean out. Just make a pile here. Alright, thanks, Johnny. Everything's coming out. What'll happen now? Hopefully I'll be able to keep it clean forever. What's my chances? Is that rubbish? Just sit it there. Only got one hand.
You're going to have to lift it up over.
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm under it. Hang on. That's it. Hang on, just stop there.
Yes.
I got it. Yeah, sure. I got it, yeah. That's awesome, mate. Thank you. Just sit it beside my truck.
Sure.
Lean it against the truck.
Oh, you'll get it in there, look.
That's the carpet I'm going to use on the... It's nylon, so it won't rust. It won't rot.
Where are you going to put it?
On the wooden bearers.
Oh, nice.
Keep going all the way in, John. No, to your left. Other way. No, other way. Sorry, you're right. That's it. Down in there. Keep going back there. You all right? You see where you're going? Hang on out. Right. Keep going. That's it. So we've done a few things here. We've put some blocks out. We've got a level here. These are going to be the wooden pads that the deck mould wheels here are going to sit down on these wooden pads here, and then I'll gradually level that up. It's going to take a little bit of time to get that right. And then up here, I've got to remove those two first hoops back to the first joiner, and that should give us enough space to get this out. And this post has got to come out, so there's still a bit to do here. What are you doing up here, brother? Johnny, the boat hand, deck hand.
Deck hand.
He's down here doing a very important job. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
What are you doing here, mate?
Blocking some holes.
He's blocking up that hole. Can you block that hole behind there as well? We're worried something might fall into there and never to be seen again. We don't want any screws, bolts, nuts, anything falling down in those holes, because once they're down there I can't get them out. So I've got to pull that part now. No, can you come forward a touch? That way? A bit? Just got to cut that curl while we get this under with it. Go back to work. Righto, we're getting to the end of the prep side, aren't we, mate?
Looking good.
So look at this, we've cleared the curtain here. We've got the fork ready to go. We've cut this purlin across the top here. Oh, no, this one here. We've cut that, and that's now just hanging there. It's just been pushed down by the weight. So we've got to get that out, or there's no way we're going to get this mould out tomorrow.
What do you want to do with this? Stick it on the pallet?
No, what we'll do, we can't put it up there.
I will wait for
We'll just carry it up there and put it up in the bush there. We're almost there. Sam's just arrived. Hey, buddy?
Thought I'd come in for the final bit.
Yeah, shows up for the last minute, nicks off the minute it's over. That's Sam's mode, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, celebrity appearance.
Only does the efficient parts when the crane's here. That's Sam's mode of operation. His modus operandi is to show up at the last minute, but at least he's here. We never complain about free labour, do we, Sam?
No.
I do.
Built without free labour.
Free labour, that's right. So we're going to lift this in unison, and John's just walked away. I was ready to lift, and then John's gone somewhere. So we need at least 3 of us here. I don't know what's going on, so we'll get into the lift in a second. As soon as you see a hole, I want you to pin it, and then we're going to wind up.
You put them all down as low as you can.
Yeah. Can you go down, Sam, and just lower them? Because that's the pressure's on the jack. As soon as we start lifting. You ready? Hey, hang on, one more. Hang on. Righto. Yeah, I did that one. Yeah, there's no pin on that side yet. All right, all I'm doing is protecting everything. Righto. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Hang on, I've got to do this middle one here because this one's getting missed. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still haven't got a pin. Shit. It's unreal. How you going, buddy? You got it? Got the idea? Perfect. Right, 4 jacks, guys. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wind your acros. What do you reckon, Darren? Oh, hear that crack? Fuck, what's that releasing? Woo! That's a release. That crack was a releasing. Derek, I got air into it yesterday. Air all the way through it, released all the way down the sides, and it's away from the mould there. There's air pissing out of it everywhere, so I'm very confident now.
Yeah, I've only got one small hiccup at my end.
What's that?
It's not a big problem,
Yeah.
but we don't have 2 bars that are suitable to do this. I was going to go 2 bars,
Yeah.
so I'm going to lifting point. So now the only other option we have is we go back the other way. With
One
6.
vertical spur, one horizontal. Yeah.
You know,
that's the only way. And you're going to get the height.
You know that picture you had with the other crane?
Yeah.
I think that's what we're going to have to do.
Down low.
Yeah. Well, it won't be so. We can get it up a little bit higher.
Yeah.
But we just sort of trial and error when we look at it.
Yeah.
But they anchor points all look good. They look good.
Good.
We can put a nylon
I think
drill.
it's strong
Now,
enough.
if you want to put a pipe in them, we can.
Yeah.
But that's up to you.
Well, I'd like to put a steel pipe, so I'm going to cut some.
Oh, good, righto.
Yeah,
That's even better.
And
Yeah.
you just wrap them around.
Yeah, that's even better.
All right, let's go another. So we're getting it up.
Hang on, before you go, I can't get the bolt back in here to do everything.
No, it's got to go higher. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got shitloads of height here.
Yeah, no.
But it's in the ground. It's in the ground below. Oh, I'm so stoked. I knew it worked. I've just got to watch these. One of these broke the other day because I only had one gusset. And that's because I wasn't backing it up with the acros. Yesterday, I thought I'll do another test lift. Got a lot of release, lots of nice cracking sounds, and a lot of suction release of the hull from the mould. So I go and lift, and one of these gussets and risers that I put in just freaking broke. And I worked out what I was doing. I was sort of test lifting, but what I was doing was relying purely on the jack, and the whole boat, I went for a walk around up on the boat, and it was like it was on the water. It was swaying from side to side because it was pivoting off the jack without the acros engaged. And I learned a big lesson: always engage the acros. So I come in today, day before demoulding, and I put in some extra gussets. Disgusting welding, but I was above my head doing my best. And as you can see now, these are like little pyramids all the way along, and the lesson learned is as I'm jacking this up, we need to be engaging the acros, because the acro props are actually doing the work. All the jack is doing is the elemental lift. Oh yeah, it's loose, it's gonna come out. Give it a push, John, give it a push. Look at that, whole thing is moving. Yeah, we're ready to roll. All right. Oh, that's it. We're off the ground. Woohoo! Exciting. It is fantastic, to be honest. We cannot believe it.